Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't that an amazing film? Come on, let's hear it. My name is Connie, and I'm the other bit of Decolonizing Archives, a group of us. But first of all, in true Caribbean and African Caribbean fashion, we're going to have to give a big up to the director. So I want to hear some. Now we're going to do a Q&A. You're going to get an opportunity to speak to the director and even explore some of the themes that you saw in the film. It's very important because of time limits and frame that we follow a few rules of engagement. I'm going to ask the questions first. We're going to have a little panel discussion first because we've got some very special guests who will assist in the enlightening of certain of the topics that you saw brought about in the film. After that, you will then be able to engage and to ask them questions, but no interruptions before that. For those of you who are going to be leaving early, please sign the emails so that the next time we show the film, you know where it is. And for all other events that Decolonizing Archive does, we can show and share that with you. So now I'd like to invite the leader also, some more information of the two panelists that will be joining us on the stage. Can I please have a big round of applause for the leader of the Caribbean Labour Solidarity Movement, Mr. Luke Daniels. Last but by no means least, and to bring that feminine quality, a lady who's been doing amazing work for African-centered psychotherapy and doing amazing work in Birmingham and all over the world. We'd like to welcome Ramarie Mukam to the stage. All right, we're going to start. Damani, wow. I think everyone, the first question I'm going to ask is what I think might be on the tip of everyone's lips, which is what inspired you to do this film? I mean, to do it the way that you've done, because you've chosen personal family journey as your route, as opposed to possibly the historic route of the Grenadian Revolution. You chose telling the story from a personal and family history style. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Thank you. And thank you again for being here. I think this was one of the liveliest and most engaged audiences the film has ever had the privilege of being in front of, so thank you. You know, this was 17 years in the making. I thought about this project, I think, as early as college, and began to do my own work. That's why it's so brilliant to have a panel to talk about what this means. But I started doing my own work, even as a teenager, someone really trying to process what this moment in history meant to Grenada, but also what this moment in history meant to my family. And I think this film is my journal. This film is pages from my journal, questions that I had that I still don't know the answer to in some cases, and some things that are very clear in terms of my family relationships. So it really was born out of the deepest place, this most kind of sacred, personal, vulnerable space. And as a filmmaker and an artist, that is where work comes from. I think that's where power comes from. That's where reshaping narratives about who we are as people come from, because it is the truth and honesty of a family story that this is not for debate, right? This isn't for debate. This was a lens that was very, very close to my heart. So that's really where it started. But we didn't have any money. We didn't have any support, and I really just imagined this project as an exercise in my journal, and then it evolved into a film.
That's a powerful note, Damani. You're mentioning the fact that you had no funding as such, but yet you made it happen, which is a brilliant example of resilience, which we've seen here again displayed by the audience today. They were determined to get in to see this film. And that is just powerful because it shows that Caribbean people, African people, we're resilient, boy. So, Damani, I'm going to ask you another question here. Your mother made a beautiful quote in one of the interviews that I've seen, where she said, you don't have to be iconic to make a change, because you've got all these famous characters. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to go into that. But you've got Angela Davis, and you've got the lady who ran for president, the first female black woman who ever ran for president in that as well. And here is your mother, your beautiful mother, made such an impact and was working behind the scenes of the Black Panther Party. Tell us a little bit more about that statement that she made. You don't have to be iconic to make change.
Absolutely, thank you. The simplicity in the actions. I mean, I'm very blessed to have grown up in a community of brilliant change-making activist women. Like I'm in awe. I watch it and I'm like, whoa, that's Angela. And I have these moments in my life now for 43 years where I look back on different beats along the way that they were so instrumental in kind of shaping my cultural socialization, my political, progressive socialization, and a lot of that didn't reveal itself until much later for me. But the simplicity in their actions and the fact that my mom recognized that it wasn't about being on a t-shirt or having your fist in the air. It was about just showing up where there was a need. And I think the example you mentioned with the Black Panther Party Free Breakfast program, it wasn't for her about being on the front line of the Black Panther Party necessarily. There's a lot of issues with the party that we're still talking about right now in terms of the role of women in particular. So for her, when those headquarters in Los Angeles were attacked, bombed by the FBI and Los Angeles Police Department, like she said, as a group of young people, and keep in mind, we're talking about 1965 to 1973, they're in their 20s, decided that they would not let that breakfast program fail. So that wasn't about, just putting your fist in the air or wearing the hair. It was about children cannot go to school hungry. Children cannot go to school hungry because if we let them go to school hungry, they will not learn, and if they're not learning, we will not move forward as a community. So that was a very simple gesture and action that has profound effects on, I think, obviously me and the world, because here we are in 2017, and in the States, that free breakfast program is the model for free food in public schools now. Mm-hmm. So to think of the small efforts, the small actions, the things that were really about taking care of people that have had lasting effects on history.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you one more before I open it up to Ron-Marie and Luke. As we can see, the history of Grenada definitely has shown us in the film that Grenada is an island that definitely displays the qualities where people can actually make such a significant change that can actually affect the rest of the world, as it did because your mom had moved from America to come there. And there's a quote here from Fanny Davis, the sister of Angela Davis, and she says, if you look within and see what you can do, it may just be a few feet in front of you, and you'll be surprised of the positive possibilities and power that you have when you work collectively. So I'm going to ask you, in regards to that statement, in terms of the collection and working collectively, how has that been displayed in your life? Because you made this film happen, so clearly there must have been a collective that you possibly had to engage with to make this a reality.
Absolutely. I guess there's two parts to that for me. The first part is Grenada changed my life. What I saw, to talk about collective, as a 9-year-old to witness from the States, from Oakland, as it's set up, to see education as a priority, healthcare as a priority, women in positions of power, being able to walk up to Jacqueline Preff or Maurice Bishop and shake their hand and overhear conversations about what it meant to move people forward. That collective understanding of freedom has had such a lasting effect on every single choice I think I make in my life. Absolutely. And that is a 9-year-old's version. And now to call it utopia even is hard for me, because when we talk about utopia, we're talking about what it means to live and breathe and progress as human beings. And that's why they would call it a utopia. And it's really actually what we are and should be as people of the planet, right? Taking care of the earth, sustainability, equality, not living in an imperialist capitalist model is not about just a utopia as an alternative. That actually can be the norm. And so I saw that in Grenada, and it changed my life forever. And so when working with a crew and enlisting people to follow me on this vision, that was my pitch. I said, guys, you want to be part of the future? Not that the film is that, but the idea that these things are possible, I actually wanted to feel in everyone I worked with on this project. The generosity of the conversations I had with people in Grenada, I have to acknowledge Yvonne Belfon, who's here joining us, my auntie, and the conversations that built this film. This is a collective. This was Michelle Ndegeocello who did the score. This is Angela Davis's contribution in the stories. This is Fania Davis. This is John Fine, the editor of this project, who is a brilliant editor and musician. So we talked about rhythm and pacing in a way that wasn't just about cutting a scene. It was thinking about perspective, like who's telling it? What lens is giving you this scene, and how does it feel? Not so much like what does it tell, how does it feel? So that was much of our progress. And also my partner here, Cameron Russell, was one of our co-executive producers. So this was definitely a family collaborative 17-year-old. I mean, you imagine like giving your family your journal and saying, hey guys, so what are we gonna do with this? And I literally walked into John's studio with that box of Super 8 footage and spread it all over the floor. And the technology has changed so much since we started this project, but we literally would do these exercises, these physical exercises, where we would see the paper and the book, Super 8 to the 16, to the High 8, to the DV, and you could see the history of this project physically in our editing space, and that was our relationship to it. Wow.
On that theme, that same theme of collective work and working together, I'm happy that quite a few young people, and we've got a nice intergenerational thing happening today, and this is amazing because there's a legacy being taught here, and an understanding that legacy is not necessarily just money. Mm-hmm. Legacy can be other things as well. And I'm turning this question first to you, Luke. Luke is the leader of the Caribbean Neighbour Solidarity, and even just the very name encompasses the whole idea of people coming together and working towards a common theme. Could you first enlighten, in a succinct way, to the audience a little bit about the Caribbean Neighbour Solidarity, and then we can go further.
Thank you, Connie, for that. Caribbean Neighbour Solidarity was born out of a group of people who came together to represent workers in Jamaica. At the time, the government was trying to introduce legislation to restrict workers' rights, including the right to strike. And these friends came together, mainly for Caribbean connections and with their family and friends in London, and they formed an organization to protest and to resist that. They weren't successful, but coming out of that togetherness, they decided that there needed to be an anti-imperialist organization that would support the progressive movements in the Caribbean, and they decided to form Caribbean Neighbour Solidarity. And this is going back 42 years. Many of those Congress have passed. Many of the leaders, recently our late Richard Hart, who became one of the leaders in Grenada doing some things. But before I go to that, I should mention that we were there at the time of the revolution, and the excitement, I think this film just brings it out. That's how people organized. Many of Caribbean Neighbour Solidarity members and leaders actually went to Grenada. Some of the teachers looking to see engineers, people just political activists looking to see how they can support their revolution. We recognized that this was something very important happening in the region, and we got involved. And I remember going down to the Grenada High Commissioner at the time, supporting the leaders. Ronnie Grant, who some of you would know, was one of those people. He wasn't an MP at the time, but he was there, supporting the Grenada Revolution. And as we progressed, then we had the invasion, as you know, the murder of Morris Bishop shocked us all. Caribbean Day of Solidarity in the vein of revolutionaries, I would say. We decided, the way to go was not to mourn, but to organize. And we started to organize. By then, Richard Hart was in Grenada. He was made the Attorney General and just managed to escape when the Americans invaded. He just managed to get out. And he came back to London, and straight away we started to organize to save the lives, first of all, of the detainees. Those that were detained, we recognized that they wanted to annihilate the memory of what a revolution was, and we were determined to protect them. Richard was a solicitor, and he was able to be instrumental in raising funds, raising defense, and we did a lot of work in that area in terms of saving the lives, and then, and as you see, they were freed recently.
Thank you. Marie Mukum, you've been doing so many things in terms of the whole African-centered psychology approach and the idea of nurturing and understanding the whole way that we as a people think. This has been your I would say it's your job, but it's also your vocation. You've been doing an excellent job of it. When hearing and seeing Damani's story depicted here so well, did it conjure any images for you in the context of personal history with the subject matter?
Okay. Yes, of course. Being old of that age, I remember that we were in London at the time. I was living with, or very good friends with, Dylan Bishop, who had once been married to Morris Bishop's brother, Bob Higgins. And Dylan kind of rescued me as like a 19-year-old, struggling. I hadn't a clue what I was going to do with myself really. And I was a psychiatric nurse at the time. And Dylan used to, it was quite, it took me a long time to actually know how old Dylan was. It was one of those ages, she was very much like the bishop that was on there speaking exactly the same way. She would never tell you how old she was. I just discovered she's actually 86 actually. But Dylan and her new husband took me under the wing and really taught me about what it meant to be black. Because, like most people of my age who were born here or who came here young, we came here, or we were brought here, we were born here because our parents wanted better. And the whole notion of, let me skip to this. When that man was talking about, what Grenada, well, it was a revolutionary place with the Soviet Union and all that kind of stuff, and anti-democracy. I thought to myself, actually, he was right. And he was right, not because they were compared with the Soviets, but actually they were trying to be fair and just. And democracy isn't that, as we now know, because of Brexit and all that kind of stuff. He was actually right. In the same way as when we were in the 60s and the 70s here, and they were saying to black people, if you don't like it here, go home. They were actually right. And they were right because we came with this notion of what being human meant, what being fair and just meant, what the notions we were talking about what utopia should be. That it shouldn't be utopia, it should be life. That our sense of human beings, people, who we are, should be just and fair and right. We should be able to live to our full potential, regardless of who and what we are, where we come from, etc. And we innately, as black people from Africa and the Caribbean, we have that in us. What it means to be human is fundamental to who we are. And that is spiritual beings. We are spiritual essence beings. And at the core of us, if we function from that position, we will automatically destroy democracy. Because democracy, bullshit. When he said that, he was actually quite major effect. Before the film started, there was a quote where it said that, what was it, John Gray was 95% black, and what an impact it would make. And they were absolutely right. They had no choice but to ensure that that never got off the ground. Never. Because if it did, the ripple on the unconscious memory of us, we are not connected. If Grenada had done that and had actually created the state it was trying to do, there would be no justification at all for all black people not to put their hands together and actually we in London, again, we were very young people, started the African Caribbean mental health movement. And it was about acknowledging that we were overrepresented in mental health services and why that was. And started to point out, this is happening, why is it happening, what's going on. Since we're not innately insane, we're not insane in the Caribbean, we're not insane in Africa, we're not insane in that place. Why are we insane here? Why are we insane in America? Yeah? And the realization of that, the turmoil that the internalized racism has created, that we end up destroying ourselves, we end up not uniting with each other, we end up fighting, we end up wanting, what we fought 50 odd years for equality. We never needed equality because innately as human beings, we were always superior. And we don't really get, and the problem is, we can't really fundamentally believe that the European culture is so anti-life. It's so anti-spirit, it's so anti-notion of utopia, of fairness and justice, it's so based on what Maria Arnica, the dichotomous hierarchical thing, that somebody else has to hold the crap so that they can have the good stuff. Yeah? And when you think about it, she talks about dichotomous things being dichotomous and then hierarchical. Yeah? So if you're black and you're female, dichotomous, black, white, and then you have to hold the people, we are meant to hold the SHIT so that they can have the good stuff. Without us holding that, they don't have any sense of who they are. Yeah? You want to get in revolution is more about the revolution, about thinking, who are we? What are we? What is our purpose? What is the purpose of this sojourn in this time, in this place? Yeah? And getting away from following and mimicking their story, and then trying to get into that, and damaging ourselves in the process, hence the representation. The beauty of that film, and it was explicit, thank you, again, was that interplay between you, your mother. I didn't realize we do a program, hopefully most of you get involved, emotion emancipation program, we brought over from the States, from Oakland. Have you been to Oakland? Wade Nobles comes from Oakland. Oakland is amazing, yeah? So, connect with you, having been there. And easy, emotion emancipation service. And we were using your mother's quotes, who knew? Yeah? And we, I think, I know that, you know, I know that quote. The idea of how we emotionally emancipate ourselves is what this has to do. We think about from our own perspective, that's what's beautiful, from your perspective, from your family experience, what it meant, what your mother's journey meant, how she interacted with people, where her soul was in this, and what she wanted, this notion of real black independence and self-support. That we can define who and what we are and live our lives according to our rules. Yeah? They could never allow that to happen. Yeah? And it's imperative that we do make that happen. Because actually we're going to save the world. The world. How do you do that? Beautiful.
And now you mentioned the emotional emancipation workshop that your centre leads, because as a part of this programme, we will be offering that workshop next week at the Africa Centre to follow up to this film so that people can actually discuss further at a longer time the issues that the film raises. And based on that, I'm going to turn the question back to Damani, especially with that lovely little pre-bit before there, how do people maintain a relationship with hope? I'm going to ask you this in regards to your film, because to me, your film presents hope. the imagery of your son at the end, showing the legacy that implies hope. The fact that you took the time to investigate and query a story that happened way in your childhood. In fact, you only lived in Grenada a few months, and then you were motivated to then revisit that moment in time. Says that hope was instilled in you. And I'd like to ask you, how do you maintain a relationship with hope? And do you see this as part of your value system when creating your films?
Wow, y'all doing this to me today. You know, the last frame of the film is our 6-year-old. And in the edit room, we intentionally picked a frame where his smile is big enough. Because we wanted this film to feel hopeful. We wanted to remind you of the possibilities. That there, to your point, there's something inherently in the DNA that is so beautiful and powerful. And then in your own journey, when you do get to experience it, it's almost like you without making it precious, but it becomes part of who you are. And so to see him with all the light in the eyes, I wanted to create kind of a physical, visual manifestation of what the future can be, even in the simplicity of that single frame. And so hope for me is definitely in him. And it's right now. It's right now. It's this gathering of 400 people having a conversation about what the world can be. It is powerful. It's almost like from down the block, I bet they can feel us. So it's right now, and as an artist, you need these moments, right? Because also the other thing, to your earlier point, making a film is a very personal and lonely process sometimes. You know, I mean, we were in a dark studio for 1.5 years editing. And it's not until you enter a space where you feel the energy. I was sitting in the back and I could hear every I could hear when Reagan comes on the screen, I could someone shouting live, and your soul and your spirit is just filling up because you do this work and you don't recognize kind of its power and potential until it's shared. So that for me is the hope, both personally in my own family and this moment as an artist, and it's why I do it.
On the theme of hope, I'm presenting this question to Luke. Luke, we say that skills add value to life. And skills are not just the skills that you take when you go into your job, you know, skills for life. And I would definitely say on reading and researching about the Caribbean and Neighbour Solidarity, that skills for life, through education and through building people's sentiments and true understanding, not just what is given to them, you know, by the media. The Caribbean Neighbour Solidarity has done that. Could you, you know, expound on that some more in talking about values for life and skills, you know, especially, you know, that you guys were so close to the New Jewel movement in Grenada. Thank you.
Thank you. I think education is very important in terms of personal development, and certainly for us in CLS, we hold a public meeting the first Sunday of every month, where we invite speakers, where we show films, where we have discussion about current topics. We focus mainly on Caribbean issues, but we realize that the Caribbean doesn't exist in a vacuum, so we're very concerned about what's happening in Africa and in other parts of Europe, and we certainly see the linkage that we can claim with, you know, what's happening around Jeremy Corbyn in this country, in terms of giving hope to people. And this is one of the reasons why Grenada was invaded, why the Americans were so determined that Grenada not survive as a model for the rest of the Caribbean. You know, we had the discussions, you know, we were amazed that, you know, a small island with a small population could deliver so much, so well in a short space of time, very little natural resources, and the question that we ask, why can the other islands, other countries deliver the same way for people? So we know they're out to kill hope in Grenada and for the Caribbean. And it goes on. It's not something that will stop there. We see them trying to do the same thing with Venezuela. They offered a lot of hope for a very long period of time. We see the result of Grenada being crushed. Many of the political left organizations that were active at the time, many of them disappeared. Parties in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in St. Lucia, St. Vincent, which made up part of our collective thrust to bring information to Caribbean people, the people who were interested in what was happening in the Caribbean. But we weren't only interested in bringing information, we were active organization. We wrote letters of protest, we picketed, we continue to do. I shouldn't make it sound as though we're in the past here. Things that happen in the Caribbean affect all of us. What is happening in Jamaica, in Tivoli Gardens, affects all of us. And we count on people's support to fight the campaign against them. We're not a funded organization. The people who support our executive, who support our activities, do that voluntarily. We rely entirely on people's membership and so on. There's some leaflets out there, I won't say too much about it. We've got a website, people can get the information on the website. But just providing the information, developing skills in terms of organizing meetings, protests, and doing things I think is important. Education is key to it. Thank you.
So we have the acquiring of skill, meaning, I'm getting from what you said, working and collaborating together. So being able to collaborate together is definitely something that we can identify as something that we need to do. Marie, I'm going to turn this question to you. When constructing an identity, it helps to have wisdom. This film that we watched today has allowed us to sharpen our wisdom. We've gotten an insight through the eyes of a director who's shared his personal story and given you a completely other side to, the experience of the Grenada Revolution, the Black Panther Party, and all of that helps to construct identity, because wisdom is a skill. If you don't have it, then you're in trouble. So, Marie, as a psychotherapist, when you're developing, the whole idea of developing wisdom as a skill, how would you say that this is something that you would do in terms of serving to teach someone problem-solving skills?
Thank you, Doctor. The question started middle or end. In terms of identity, that is a really good starting point, because who are we? All those books that say, like the kinetic thing, know thyself? All those sort of principles. Who are we? Know thyself. Know where you come from. Know what you want to do. And unfortunately, because we've been acculturated to be very European, we really don't know what that is. And although I completely agree that education is paramount, we need education, but unfortunately the education that we're getting isn't an education for us. It doesn't educate us to know who we are as beings. It doesn't educate us to, it tells us facts, and often a lot of our facts. It tells us facts about, through a lens that is very different to the beautiful way that they show. You knew the experience, your mother knew the experience, which the lens through which the Americans and the rest of the world saw that experience was very, very different. So the lens in which we see ourselves and the identity we create from that is whose lens we're looking through. And unfortunately, most of us don't look through our own lenses. We look through the Eurocentric lens, and then what we see is something that we don't like. What we see is something that doesn't fit. And so to fit in the education system here, we have to fit. Most of you have been educated. I remember going to university as a postgraduate. I didn't do the postgraduate psychotherapy training, I hadn't been a nurse. And I wrote my first essay, and I had to think, I actually thought that education was, the idea of education was that what they would facilitate you to intuit. You would intuit things which you would then bring to the world and give to the world. Only to discover, in fact, Eurocentric education It's not about imputing wisdom or connecting with ancestors or connecting with just being able to still yourself and know. It actually is about them telling you what they want you to know and you regurgitating it to them. That our identity is caught up in how well we can do that and how well we can regurgitate somebody else's stuff that doesn't actually resonate with us anyway, then we're in trouble. So there's that notion of us really having to go back and find the essence of what it means to be human, what it means to be African, what it means to be black, Caribbean, American black. We need to go back to Africa. We need to go back to Africa. We need to go back to before. We need to go back to who we were before we were hit on the bottom by the white and white. It comes from that place. And we existed long before that. We had education, we had culture there, we had things, we had a way of thinking and being, which I think in lots of ways was quite superior to what we have now, because we're reliant on the material things to identify who and what we are. There's work that we all need to do around our black racial identity development. Being born black isn't enough. You actually have to spend time to look at and to think about who you are, how you got to the different stages. It's worth the time for the psychotherapist. And I often used to say, psychotherapy for black people isn't about being ill or not being right or being mad. It's actually about spending time, effort and money on understanding yourself. Yeah? So I used to say it was a political act. I now say it's a spiritual act. Yeah? It is so important. It doesn't matter how you do it. I'm not saying everybody has to go to therapy, but I used to say that. I don't say anymore. I actually say we need to spend time. We need to spend time and think about who we are, who our families are, what are connecting us, why we think what we think, why we believe what we believe. Where did that source come from? Where did these ideas come from, that this is how we should be? Really, the biggest question is, what is it all about? Yeah? It's got to be more than the car, the house, the degree. It's got to be more than that. Eurocentric capitalism for it to be only about that. Yeah? And the biggest revolution will be when black people stop playing that game. When we moved from that, when they moved from the South, when we moved from the Caribbean to here, we all moved for this betterness, we all moved for more. But it was the material things. What we gave up was Coco Road, living next to your family. Yeah. I remember when my child was very young, and she went to a creche, and we were too young, the middle-aged Ghanaian women who used to look after her, and they would describe being at home in the village where they would be able to go from one door to another. They could go across the whole village without ever really going outside. Yeah. That everybody's houses were connected, all the families were connected, the children were raised commonly. It wasn't this individual. As long as we stay with this notion of individualism, we're in trouble. We can't do it by ourselves, and we're easily picked off by ourselves. Yeah? So we have to put together in order to be able to support each other, to understand each other, and to reframe us, to reflect back to each other our goodness, our wisdom. Yeah? Our innocence of who and what we are has to keep on moving. Yeah? It's the only way that we can do that. So identities is not just about identities is who we are from the inside as well as who we are from the outside and what frames us. We only exist in relation to one another. Yeah? That's the end.
Wow. So based upon your brilliant narrative, Damani, we've been inspired and we've seen so much more has come up with the revolution. In fact, I would dare say it continues. You know, it's not being televised, but it continues. And it continues with you, the people, recognizing how to pass on the legacy and the traditions and you, the people, being able to come together and to work together and building. And based upon that, I have to say big thanks for the narrator and the storyteller, Damani Baker, for doing that. I'm going to open up a question, not many, just a few because our time is up. Can I take that question? Is there anyone with a microphone? Oh, you're loud? Stand up nice and loud. Can you hear that?
Can you stand? For you. Can you stand?
Can you stand?
Damani, this is a question for you. Thank you for your film. One of the things I'm interested in is this, I would say it would seem like a resurgence of Black or African American or African cinematographers and filmmakers specifically making documentaries. So I'm talking Carl Peck, I'm speaking of course David Murray, but also I'm talking about Nancy Ford, who you may know because Danny Glover has done something else wrong with him. So one of the things I want to ask is, in this time where personal histories are being kind of linked to wider social, political stories, how are you as filmmakers coordinating or working with each other so that these stories are told to us, not in isolation, but in the wider context of the images that they have?
Thank you for your question. Actually, it couldn't be more timely in terms of collaboration because Avery Benet, who made Brilliant Film 13th and Selma, picked up this film. Her distribution arm is representing the project worldwide, and it will be premiering on Netflix June 30th. So there's something happening, and I can speak to their collective, which it really is. They have a distribution arm called Ray, and it's made up of us. It's made up of volunteers, grassroots organizers. There are people who I may never meet that are pushing this film in front of audiences. It played in 5 cities last night while I was in London. I was getting messages from Chicago, from Portland, from Seattle. And so there is a momentum. There's a really incredible opportunity that I think is happening not only in cinema, but we're responding to the world in a way that is quite profound. I think there's something happening that is just tremendous because we are doing, just as you said, we're working outside of a system that we know is flawed. And I no longer, as a filmmaker, rely on traditional forms for support. I don't rely on traditional forms for outreach. I'm not relying on traditional forms in terms of building audience. I mean, this is, to even call tradition that is problematic, right? Because this is what the norm is, right? What's happened here today. So I'm inspired right now. I mean, I feel so moved by the content and media and the stories that are coming out because I feel finally I'm seeing the third dimension of our existence. I'm seeing nuance in storytelling. I'm seeing the ability to not just be didactic and lay down history and facts, but actually invite people into emotional spaces. That is transformed for me my work as a filmmaker.
Okay, yeah, okay, yes.
Shall I speak without a microphone?
Oh, you're doing so well. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, there was a lady behind you.
Hello. Damani, I can only make a very personal response to this because it was overwhelming. Most of the people in the film I know because I am from Grenada, and I was quite involved with, my parents were quite involved with the New Jewel movement. In fact, my grandmother was. She was a distributor of the New Jewel movement newsletter from her bed as a disabled person because nobody would suspect her. So this is such a wonderful experience. I thought I was coming to learn something that was distant, but it is so connected. And I realized that it's even more connected because I heard Patty Gift and Rambari, who's a very good friend of mine over many years, and Luke Daniels, who's someone I've been trying to meet for about 30 years, and I'm going to meet him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's really...
Thank you for sharing that. I'll add one story that happened in Brooklyn a couple months ago. This film screened at a band. And as you know, Brooklyn is an incredible West Indian Caribbean community base, has an incredible African American tradition. And in this particular evening, everyone was in the room. And someone at some point during the Q&A raised their hand. She was from Grenada, and she said, you know, I watched this film, and I'm thinking about my neighbor differently. Because being a very kind of engaged member of the Caribbean community in Brooklyn, I didn't realize how much I was isolating myself. Because my story was my story. We have shared experiences on my block. But all of a sudden, I looked at this film, and through your mom, I'm thinking about my neighbor 2 doors down, who may have migrated from Louisiana to California, and our story of migration and how similar they are. I'm thinking about how we both in the diaspora are thinking about imperialism and kind of reshaping the tools and coming up with new tools to survive this version. So that is very inspiring, and I appreciate that. But to see those conversations happening on their own is really quite powerful for me.
I'd like to say thank you. I feel really blessed to see you put such a great film. And last week, I was looking in the box I've had for about 30 years, and it's got letters in there. And so when I saw the beautiful letter that you did as a young boy, it really brought tears to my heart.
Thank you.
Yes, this is a question, comment and questions to Damani. My name is Minka, and I'm involved with the Africa Saturday School, and it's celebrating our 20th anniversary today, and it's very much, I have to say that the film touched me greatly. I want to just congratulate you so much for doing a very balanced, personal, and at the same time within a wider perspective of the Grenada Revolution. I want to really congratulate you for that. I thought it was a wonderful film. And anybody that knows me, this is not something that easily comes out of my mouth. All right. So I want to thank you for that. Your mother very much reminded me of my sister, who was also in the Black Panther movement in this country. And like many people in this country at the time, we were full of so much hope within the Grenada Revolution. And I had the privilege of listening to Maurice Bishop for a few hours. Anybody that knows Maurice Bishop knows he could speak for some time. But you know, it just kept your attention when he spoke. And so when the invasion took place, you know, it was a real blow for many of us here today. We love Maurice Bishop so much. But at the same time, we had the privilege, as Luke said, to have had our brother Richard Hart, who was the Attorney General, who basically was able to give us another insight away from the propaganda that the state was bringing out to us. And we got straight into a campaign, and our campaign was very clear, recognizing the division within the community, particularly the Grenadian community. We didn't call for release of the prisoners. We called for a free and fair trial, because we always felt that once the truth came out, people could then make up their own mind. So I felt in those days and up until now, the account of the Grenadian Revolution has always been very partisan, and I thought it was a very fair and objective kind of presentation on that. And I just a comment quickly on the sister when they talked about democracy. We must be very clear about the Grenadian Revolution. It was about people's democracy. It was about empowering the ordinary people. And as far as I'm concerned, the opposite to democracy is a dictatorship. And this is exactly what the Grenadian Revolution was actually fighting against. Now, one question I would like to put to you, I have to say it's not, I don't have that problem myself. I brought up all of my children within a struggle. And one of the things that they found is that it's very difficult to relate to other young people about being engaged. You have got your mother I've had my sister, but there's this disconnection with the younger generation. What would you say to the younger generation to kind of encourage them to pick up that baton, which is clearly being dropped at the moment? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment and question. One of the first things for me is one to ask questions. I mean, there's a moment in the film where you can see my mother's resistance to many things. For the first time at 20, I was asking her how my parents met, and I recognized the pain and trauma connected to many of these things that you witness in the film. The first scene where she's at the I'm going to have to actually stand up, please. Auntie Yvonne, who is in the film. Where you see this tension at the table because there's a woundedness that had not been discussed. And I walked in as a filmmaker and I had my hat on, calling myself director, and I had all these questions. And I recognized I had to be patient with my family and the storytelling, but the questions needed to be asked. I needed to ask my elders questions. I had to ask questions that were difficult. I had to make space that felt intergenerational, where we were both sharing our own life experiences in the same space because we recognized how much we actually share. So for me, the first step was asking questions, and also right now, I'm listening to young people. I think young people, as listeners, also need to be louder because there is something happening that I'm just getting hip to this technology, not just phone technology, I'm talking about communication technology, beyond what batteries can do. There is something that they're reaching each other in a way that is so fast and phenomenal and has the ability to completely sway how we think and see and government, this perceived power, right? And kind of reorganizing even how we understand power. I think young people are doing that because the power rests in the neighbor who can have a yard sale to raise money for someone in their family. I mean, that's an organizer, right? That's the opposite of this elected official kind of manufactured power. So there are things happening that are so inherently brilliant in young people that I'm encouraging to speak louder and to continue asking elders for questions, the questions that are hard.
Well, again, everyone, I must tell you, thank you so much. The conversation does continue next week at the Africa Center, where we'll be holding the Introduction to Emotional Emancipation workshop. Please leave your information outside and sign up for the workshop. That's next week. The email list is outside. On behalf of Decolonizing the Archive, and we've got great assistance from a whole host of people. Black History Studies, Charmaine, Caribbean Neighbor Solidarity, New Black, the Real Cinema. Oh my gosh, I don't even know, it's a whole bunch of people. But
Everybody.
everybody, thank you. And remember, forward ever, backward never. Right.